Herbert Schiller argued that media systems do not need censorship to control societies. Instead, they subtly shape public perception through deeply embedded ideological myths. These myths appear harmless, or even natural, but they serve to normalize inequality, suppress dissent, and maintain status quo. Today, in the digital era, these myths operate through platforms like Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok, in even more sophisticated forms. 1. Myth of individualism: success or failure is purely the result of individual effort. Example, the entrepreneurial, influencer culture on Instagram. Instagram is filled with messages like, "You can do it too," which glorify individual hustle and self-branding, while ignoring structural inequalities such as algorithmic bias, access to resources, or platform favoritism. Effect: social and systemic problems are reframed as personal shortcomings. Collective action becomes invisible. 2. Myth of neutrality: media just presents facts. It's objective and unbiased. Example, Google News and algorithmic feeds on X, Twitter, platforms claim to be neutral, but their content curation is shaped by engagement metrics, advertiser interests, and political pressures. Headlines are framed to evoke emotion rather than clarity, and certain issues are downplayed or omitted entirely. Effect: audiences trust the system and stop questioning, assuming what they see is a neutral reflection of reality. 3. Myth of the free market: the market ensures fairness and innovation. Everyone competes equally. Example, Spotify's algorithmic recommendations. Although users feel they are discovering music freely, Spotify heavily promotes content backed by major labels. Independent artists rarely break through unless they fit algorithmic expectations. Effect: platform inequalities are hidden under the illusion of choice. Dominant corporate actors remain invisible. 4. Myth of pluralism: with so many voices online, all perspectives are represented. Example, diversity of content on YouTube and TikTok. Despite millions of users, the most visible content typically follows commercial formats and trends. Non-mainstream voices struggle for visibility unless they conform to platform aesthetics or viral culture. Effect: a narrow ideological agenda is presented as open discourse. User-generated content becomes filtered conformity. 5. Myth of the absence of social conflict: society is mostly stable. Conflicts are isolated or temporary. Example, news framing of protests or strikes, labor strikes, climate marches, and women's rights movements are often framed as disruptions or public nuisances. The root causes, inequality, systemic injustice, are rarely explored in depth. Effect: structural problems are masked. Dissent is portrayed as fringe or irrational. Conclusion: Herbert Schiller's media myths are not outdated. They are thriving in today's digital environments. They operate through algorithms, engagement metrics, and platform logic, making ideological control seem like personalization or entertainment. These myths don't silence resistance directly, they make people believe there's nothing to resist. To decode modern media, we must always ask, who is shaping the message, and who benefits from the way it's told?